For any of you that are new, we're in the middle of a Trans-America trail trip. That's the reason why a lot of this doesn't make sense. So go back to day 1 on our page and you'll be able to catch up and see how we got to where we are at now.
It's day whatever. We have no idea what day number it is in the trip anymore. All we know is we have like 8 more days until we both have to be home. We're in Cortez, Colorado.
Something like that.
And we stayed at a hotel last night. I wasn't feeling well yesterday. I drove 12 hours yesterday. We made it 200 miles. So a little behind schedule. So we're gonna hit the road highway today, head directly to Moab, start hitting some trails out there and continue on. We're gonna get as far as we can go. And then we're gonna head straight to the coast to make sure we finish our trip, and then we're gonna be heading home. Who knows what kind of adventure awaits. Welcome to TrailSpinTV.
So we haven't touched the cooler in a minute. So we're gonna empty it all out. Kind of stinks. Oh yes, look at those. Look at those dogs.
Those are still good.
What's causing the smell?
Creamer bottle emptied out somehow into the water, and we haven't changed the ice in about a week. So everything's pretty much got to get thrown out. I think the smell is coming from the green onions.
But we're in Moab, the city, at least. See all these guys. Look at that. We'll go take that on an adventure. Look at this guy. So you're gonna see a bunch of rigs out here, which is cool. So, we were finally able to get Brandon's hiking shoes so that I can use these guys right here. The reason why I wasn't using them before is because they were behind the cooler. And to get behind the cooler, we have to take everything out just to get to the cooler, or behind the cooler. So, as you can see, these guys, they're all dusty, but that's okay. They got some nice treads going on down there. And here are my boots. This happened yesterday. Look at this. It's nuts. I was running with these yesterday. If I stepped on a cactus, it would go through. So, these are going in the garbage. We're gonna give these hiking Adidas shoes a go and break them in for Brandon. Where did we just come from?
Pucker Pass, which really wasn't that pucker worthy. That was pretty tame. We picked that way because it sounded like a cool way to go, but we ended up following the Trans-America Trail. There's 2 routes. Once you're in Moab, you can go one of 2 ways, and we went Pucker Pass way. And we're on an actual road right now on a map, like it's a road. And we just got here, and there's a state park boundary sign and a barbed wire fence that runs the whole length of it goes in both directions. And they stacked a log, or they put a log in the way. They didn't put a sign that says do not enter or anything like that, so we just drove over the log. And now there's like a whole row of logs here. And then this fence. So now we have to turn around. It's not like a gate that we can just open and close behind us. It's an actual do not enter the state park type thing. So not sure why that's there. That's okay. We're gonna go back down the way we came, I guess.
Well, there's a did you look at what comes?
Yeah, there's another road up there. I don't know, I kind of want to do another trail. That was kind of boring.
Yeah.
So we passed by Poison Spider. I don't know how extreme of a trail that is. We're just gonna go back and check out the map and see if we can figure out another way to go, a more fun way to go.
We didn't want to visit that state park anyway. What state park even is that, so we know? So we can tell everybody to not go to that state park. Because they don't welcome people.
Dead Horse.
Dead Horse State Park.
Yeah.
doesn't welcome people. Don't go there. I'm just kidding. I don't know. There must be a reason for all of that, but we're on our way. We were actually about to just leave this area, and it was kind of sad because we drove through it in like an hour, but we got to get places to go. But when we were driving, Brandon saw the sign to Gemini Bridges, and he remembered that Aaron said to do it. So this is where we're at. It's a little bit of a 300-yard hike that we got to get to. Is the suspense killing you right now?
This better be good.
We don't see anything.
We went back in the opposite direction to make sure that we saw it, so.
This would have been fun to drive down.
Yeah. Maybe you used to be able to.
Yeah, back in the day. Back when you had...
Back in the good old days. Back before the Toyota versus Jeep wars of 2018.
Yep. So guys, we actually realized why Toyotas are more reliable than Jeeps. All the trails, all the gnarly trails that we've been on, the only vehicles that we've seen were Jeeps. Therefore, people are not taking their Toyotas on these gnarly trails, so they're not getting broke. I just abolished the Jeep versus Toyota thing. I already know people are gonna post, well, what about this? What about... No, we've seen Jeeps. We've only seen one. Was it a 4Runner?
Yeah. I can't remember if it was a 4Runner or Tacoma, but he had a road shower at a rooftop tent.
Yep. It was one of those newer Toyotas, but that was the only one we've seen. And there's so many Jeep rental places, but there's no Toyota rental places. I think I'm onto something. Here's a bridge.
Huh? Hi, Jake.
I am Brandon. Oh, there's a bridge.
And I saw Kevin reaching out. I was like, no.
Looks like some guys lost their drone. Let's walk around it. Because it looks like it just drops off around here. There's a hole right there. Let's go. Andale, andale. I thought we were gonna like drive over this.
That would have been sweet. So somebody just said hi, Jake, to me. Shout out to Jake. I'm not Jake though.
Maybe we can make a sploof. You know those like when you go traveling where it has everybody's like name tags,
Yeah.
but like I am Becky, I am Bobby, I am Billy.
I am not Jake.
I am not Jake.
Yeah, I guess it could have brought the drone here. Huh?
You still fly it out here. Get a little bit of tension. More. You got a lot of slack now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not. I don't want to go too far.
Alright, stop. So those guys that we just saw were actually retrieving a drone that got lost down at the bottom, but it wasn't their drone. They actually tried to use their drone to pick up their drone, but it couldn't, and then they lost their drone down there. So first they picked up their drone, and then now they just retrieved the other drone. It's somebody else's drone, so hopefully they can find the owner and make that owner happy that they have their drone back.
That would make me so stoked if somebody was just like, hey, by the way, we rescued your drone. Hope they can find the right kind of stuff on the SD card.
Yeah, that's the reason why you write your information on your drone, or you keep a file on the SD card that has your information on it. Anyway, if somebody finds it, for them to contact you back is smart.
Do we have that?
No.
We're gonna do that right now.
Yep. So you could probably actually write it on, well, yeah, just figure out a spot where to put it, and then if somebody finds it, they can bring it back. Because it's kind of hard to tell from the footage that you shoot with it, because like the stuff we shoot, you just see the Jeep. I guess if you see a license plate, or
Yeah.
you try to find it, or like put it out there like, does anybody know this? Because I know people have done that before actually, when they find like a GoPro like that was buried in water or something like that. It was deep and they found it and they actually posted a photo and be like, does anybody know this person? Because we found their GoPro, and they found the person.
Yeah, I wish somebody did that for my GoPro.
Oh yeah. Or I wonder how many GoPros that are lost and get found are either returned back to the owner or stolen. Like
They have like the same like GPS type stuff built into GoPros now that they do into phones. Like once it's turned on, shouldn't you be able to find it?
I'm not even sure. Oh yeah, like find my GoPro. I don't know. That'd be smart because I know there's geotagging. I don't know. I'm getting tired, and we're not even that high of elevation. It's just from talking, but that was cool.
That was cool. Actually, the drone rescue made it a little more interesting.
Had to stop, take a look. Looks pretty cool. It's actually, if you look over there, it's like teal-ish. Wonder what all that is. Cool colors out here. Very windy. We're done with Moab and now we're just driving through Utah. And this is what it looks like. So we're in a restricted airspace and I can't fly the drone, so I gotta run around. But the wind just picked up like crazy. And there's this big steep hill that he's going down. Let's see it. So I have on the Adidas, they're Adidas. As a runner, I never really liked Adidas shoes because I just didn't like them. I like the Asics and I like Brooks. Nikes, never really tried, but I think I tried them once, I didn't like those. But these Adidas, they feel a lot better than my boots. So yeah, let's get some more footage. Look, stacked rocks. Somebody's been out here before. Right there. Good. Probably heard that bang. It wasn't that loud out here. It just sounded like you hit a rock on the slider.
Cool.
So that's what we're just checking to make sure we didn't do any damage. But I think you just hit the slider. Okay. So it looks like it's getting a little bit boring after this. We're actually heading to some sand dunes, but it's all in restricted airspace, so I can't fly a drone. But you know, I can do this, fly around like this. That could be drone worthy. We're going to whitewash sand dunes. Just out here taking some pictures. It's pretty cool. The path that we were going to take looks like it's completely blocked off from everything, every kind of motorized vehicle. So we got to turn back and figure out if there's another way around where we're trying to go, or we got to go all the way back to where we came from, which is gonna suck. So hopefully we don't have to do that. Brandon's way that way. I gotta go catch up. Right now I have no clue where he's at. Actually, I see tire marks, so we'll follow those. We're here thinking he got way far ahead, but he's over there. I was just over there. It's like he got himself in a kind of a pickle. I almost thought I was lost. So I ran up and I was like, there's no way he got this far ahead of me. But right now these Adidas feel great, a lot better than the boots. But that's because they're actually meant to be ran and all of that. So here comes Brandon. So we didn't go to the sand dunes because it was just kind of out of the way, and it would have been, we would have wasted a lot of time there. We don't really have a lot of time to waste. But we're not on the exact Transamerica Trail because the route that we were taking, it was single track. So we're just driving around trying to get back on the trail or in that area. But here's what it looks like. Out here, we've been on here for a couple hours now. It's literally in the middle of the desert.
It's hot. It's been fun though.
This is literally the only thing besides power lines that we have seen driving out here for a couple of hours. It's like a little shelter.
I was hoping it kept going.
Oh, that would have been cool. Yeah, there'd be a bar down there. There'd be crazy. Underground bar. It feels completely different actually walking out here than just being in the vehicle.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be out here without a vehicle. It's a lot hotter. It's only May. Like imagine this in August. Ugh.
It is crazy because out here we've seen a lot of different like colors. Like right now this is all sandy, yellowy. Saw some bunch of reds. This is probably the most open that we've seen it so far. Everywhere else has been very like rocky. It is Friday, June 1st, 6:30 p.m. and we are at a campground. Typically when we arrive at a campground at this time they're closed because they close at like 3 o'clock. But at this campground it's open. And it's pet friendly, so that's wonderful. It's probably open because it is Friday, but it's looking out. We're at camp early. We could have camped for free somewhere, but we decided to drive a little bit more, again for service. And we decided to come to a campground, just come into town, because this was a checkpoint or whatever along the trail, but it's looking out. We didn't really make a lot of progress, but we were at camp early during the day so we can set up. So this is going to be wonderful. Hey, Roscoe. Roscoe, what are you doing? Roscoe. What is it? What is it, boy? A trick that we found out with the poles of the tent on how to, undo them. Brandon will demonstrate. all right. So you can either throw them out or take one end and just walk it out, and it stretches it out so that they all kind of like go into each other, and you're able to click them in a little bit. Saves a little bit of time, but it's not really saving that much time because I'm talking to a camera and not helping set up a tent. But it is during the day, so there's that. That is it for today. Tomorrow we continue on. A good goal would to get out of Utah and end in like that border between Utah and New Mexico. But knowing this channel, that's not going to happen.
You're probably right. See you guys tomorrow.
Please subscribe.